Hello everyone, welcome to the Metal Galaxy YouTube channel where we bring news, the metal news, festival gigs and much more into your living room. Subscribe and like to be notified of new releases. Give a small donation as well if you like our content, as we can bring more news into your living room with your small donation. Every small bit helps, even liking, reacting and sharing this video. And yeah, in this very video I will review Devil's Bell gig of Audrey Horne, and before on our channel we have already introduced the band, spoken with Tossie about their new release Devil's Bell, and as well shared our thoughts about the new album, so check it all out. And this very video here that I'm talking about will be solely focused on the live experience of Devil's Bell, the gig that happened in December at FLUOR in the Netherlands. And I will answer actually two questions you might have after seeing our content. Is there really a sound evolution? And how is it to be at an Audrey Horne gig? So grab your booze and tune in. Before I talk about the sound, let's first talk about the poster and the tour in general. If you look at the posters, you see like two devils on top of a guy who smokes pot, weed and bit stoned. And the devils are not your typical angry metal devils. They are much more fun. And they're like round in a way that it fits Audrey Horne style. If you see Audrey Horne, it's like a very specific drafting style they have. And actually this poster was drafted by Tossie himself, the frontman, and I must say it's a great poster because two devils sitting on the guy who smokes pot, it referenced the whole Devil's Bell in a different way. Like the album one is a great one that was illustrated by Tossie as well, but actually it referenced more to the bell. There is a story behind it. And it's a very static one, and it's a great one because the album tells a story, the sound and so on, but for the live environment, it's great to see something else that fits really what the gig is going to be. So I would say the two devils are a great one because it fits with Audrey Horne's drawing style, but it fits as well about the live experience. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a fun if you go to this night. And for those who know Audrey Horne, they will know what's going to be. And it's very recognizable. Just draw as well the live experience in this kind of way. So yeah, great poster. Let's go now to the tour setup. If you look at the tour setup, there are no support bands, there are no co-headliners, and it's only Audrey Horne rocking out at FLUOR. And it might be odd as well if you love being a music listener as me, it's great to get to know other bands, get to introduce to them. However, it makes kind of sense if you listen what Tossie told, being there at the night. It was a gig where the band felt they just wanted to have a bit more relaxed experience, more focused on their own music, and share it with Audrey Horne's fans, with their fan base and with the people. And I believe it's a great strategy. And I must say honestly, after I left the gig, I felt so complete. I felt I had really good taste what Audrey Horne is, what Devil's Bell is about. And I could solely focus on them because I wasn't distracted by other bands. There was no build up. And as a result, it feels a very intimate and focused experience. And I believe it's a great way that many other bigger bands should follow, as in this way you will learn the band to the fullest. And for newcomers it might be odd, but I would say if you start listening Audrey Horne, for example, on YouTube, you look what the gig is going to, it's a great one to be at, as you will get a full experience in one night. So you really deepen the connection with the band, you really get to know them. So yeah, it's a great strategy, guys, and I hope more bands do it for the viewers. Hear your thoughts, what you think of one band after seeing all of our videos on our channel. And if you have been there as well, give a small comment. And now the gig itself. The very first song was Ashes to Ashes. And it was very nice because it was very dark and the light went up and everyone came to stage, but everyone was very cordial to each other. Like the guys gave each other first hug. You see that they're very tight with each other, so it was nice that they took their build up, and it kind of set, I would say, kind of setting you're very anticipated to hear them play. And once lights went up and everyone took their positions, they to have a great crack and engage with the audience. Actually, I saw them 8 years ago as well in Netherlands at MAIr, and this was a totally whole new experience in a very good way, because in this very gig, Tossi as always, he's a great, and actually my favorite one, he's excellent frontman. He goes to the left, he goes to the right. When he sees people having a box, he boxes. He gives people like a handshake during a gig, and from time to time he just jumps off the stage, have a great crack with the audience, dancing with them and singing among the crowd. He's kind of a very engaged frontman who really goes into the crowd whenever he can. And then he does something funny, what doesn't make sense, and that's what Audrey Horne is as well, where he was just playing a tambourine just for the fun of it, and it was a really nice, I would say, thing he did, and actually not something he did in the previous one. And I believe it's great that he does something that doesn't make sense, because it makes so memorable and it makes you like recognize the band, what it's all about. And what was very different and really enhanced the whole experience was the very fact that all the guitarists, as said in our previous set, were much more sync what was discussed in our previous interview, was that all the guitarists were much more synced with each other. Like Thomas was playing riffs, he really came to the crowd very close, playing his guitar, but then he was like doing guitar solos with Arf, and then another time he was doing guitar solos with Aspen, and then Aspen was doing guitar solos with Arf. So they took turns, each guitarist, and they came close to each other. And from time to time as well, the guitarist went into the crowd. It was unbelievable, like Arf. Came out of the stage, he came into the audience and he took his guitar with it and he played guitar solos in the middle of the room, and it was like, whoa, a guitarist like going off stage and being in the middle with the crowd. It's such a great engagement, such a great feeling, such a memorable, that not actually, I think none of the bands had this kind of engagement. And then another time, Aspen, like, he came at Waiting for the Night, where the crowd was on their knees. There is a lighting thing, so you hold your phone and there is a flash. That's a new thing, but this very song they picked was Waiting for the Night, and Aspen was the one that had to go into the crowd. And it was interesting, everyone went to their knees, and Aspen was just playing his guitars, and then everyone jumped up, and then Aspen was engaging with the crowd, playing his riff, and it's so having a great crack, but as well just being there and doing his riffs in the middle of the room, surrounded by fans. It was such a great feeling, and all this engagement, all this crowd experience, it was well timed because there were melodies, there were really like riffing technical parts. Then the guys went on stage, off stage, so there was a really nice timing between everything, and then Tassie told the short stories, and there were also well great songs like Animal, Ashes to Ashes, Here Comes a Lady, where people just could chant along. Actually, you could chant along with each song, and the last thing that I noticed, that there was much more interaction with the drummer Kato. I don't know if the stage was bigger, but I really noticed this time Kato on his drum. And I saw there was so much interaction with him, with the guitarist, with Tassie. So yeah, in overall, Audrey Horne gig is one to be at, and nowadays the guys so much are in sync with each other. They have a lot of great crack. They time perfectly to riffs, to melodies. It's all great, and it's a lot of fun as well. So yeah, if you haven't seen Audrey Horne, it's definitely one thing on your bucket list, as Audrey Horne is the best rock and roll you will ever experience. And give the guys a follow, as they might be soon on tour. As well, support the band, buy some merch, and don't forget to subscribe and like, as we have regular new content. So yeah, bye, see you next time.